Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the NA Hub's coverage of the America Qualifiers presented by Monster. We've got a new panel here. We've got LD and Fear casting this game, and myself and Mott hosting it up. Everyone feeling fresh, boys? We got some new faces here.
Do we?
Yeah.
Had an apple.
Oh, yeah.
Had an apple. That's
feeling good.
Nice
I had a
party.
banana.
A nice American fruit, you know.
Yeah.
Eggs, bacon,
Johnny
banana.
Look at these
Appleseed.
healthy boys over here.
Just
Johnny Appleseed.
seeing how much I can
So American.
slip in there.
So up next, guys, we've got Liquid versus Revenge, and this is a pretty big matchup. Revenge has already played one game. They beat Isurus rather handily. Liquid, this is their first game of the day. This is the first of many stops on the Liquid path, if you will.
Yeah.
Mott, what are you thinking here? You're our NA expert.
I think this is a big game. I think this is actually probably the first big game, I think, of the TI4 qualifiers. I mean, these two teams are arguably some of the top in the region right now, and this is Liquid's first game. This will show us whether or not they're playing really well, or if it's back to their old kind of play style and how they've been playing recently. So we'll see how Liquid play up and if Revenge can continue onward here.
I mean, the other thing is this is a team of players who all went to TI3, right? So anything short of going to TI and then placing, which they did last year, is unacceptable. They have performed very poorly recently. They got knocked out of the Summit by Snot and NAR, teams that are not even sponsored. So stakes are a lot higher for them. You have teams like even like eHug, yeah, they're sponsored, but nobody expects anything on them. Liquid, if they don't deliver and qualify for TI, I don't see this team staying together.
The one thing I do have Liquid has going for them right now is they have experience. Whereas a lot of the teams under this high of pressure, they'll feel more. Whereas I feel like Liquid, they've been in situations like this before. They're going to be able to hold themselves together under the pressure.
Yeah. And now Liquid are switching things up a little bit. I heard rumors that they're switching up the roles a little bit. Quigva now on support. And
it sounds like nothing's really static. Like Way 2, you were saying Mott played off-lane Bounty Hunter one game, but then was on support another.
Yeah.
So
it was strange.
They're kind of experimenting.
They were playing against eHug, and yeah, they were experimenting because, like you said, he was playing that Bounty Hunter the first game. Then he switched to an IO to help out. TC was on Tiny. They've been switching roles a lot. Quigva played Rubik that second game, and he did a damn good job of it as well. So we'll see how things shape up here in the draft, and then who picks up what hero. And I'm interested to see. I really want to see them switch up their lineup because that seemed to work for them, at least in that series alone. So.
Yeah.
Well, obviously what they're doing is not working, something new is good for Liquid, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But nothing too crazy, I think. I think they should stay in their comfort zone still.
Find that balance.
But
what is too crazy for you?
Switching Quigva to support is pretty crazy.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, the guy's been playing, even on Mouse Sports, he played off-lane, but he was, basically an Admiral Bulldog off-laner. He'd play Lone Druid, Tinker, Prophet, and take a ton of farm.
Yeah, it's hard to go from taking a lot of farm to supporting and give someone else farm. But he could play more farm-oriented, which would completely change your playstyle, but it takes practice to get used to that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, the draft is underway, boys, and I vote we just hop on in and see what these teams are cooking up.
By the way, I'm totally not biased.
All right, so Fear and LD, take it away. The draft is yours.
So first overall pick goes to Revenge. They banned the Invoker and the Batrider. Liquid banning out Wisp and Naga. I can't recall if I've seen Revenge run Wisp. I don't really look at it as a signature hero for
I haven't seen him run too much Wisp. Naga, most teams run that. For me, what's really interesting is Liquid is this is a straight up EG first two opening if I've ever seen one.
Tree Darkseer, it's aggressive tri-lane that we've seen PPD pick up a lot.
They may aggressive tri-lane because they
what
got
else
a weak
do they go
lane.
here, Bane's often a support that they run. You guys run with this?
Dazzle's a good one.
Yeah, Dazzle.
Dazzle is probably going to be the top choice.
Okay.
Shadow Demon's another good one. You can pretty much fit anything with those two. A range support, Rubik can work as well. Any type of range support will work really well with this if they want to go aggressive. And it's pretty good against their lineup too. They have a Sand King. If you leave him uncontested in the jungle, he's going to farm up a quick dagger. So it's good to go aggressive, put some pressure on him. And they have a Sand King AA lane. It's okay.
And Darkseer tri-lanes can not only get kills, but they can take the tower early, which means then the jungle's not safe. You can't go stack the camp, farm your Blink Dagger uncontested.
Exactly. That would be the whole purpose of that. But they might not do that. It'll really depend on what they decide to pick with the next few picks. If they start picking some weak, if they take a melee carry, for example, I'm definitely going to see an aggressive tri-lane from Liquid.
Okay. So, as for Revenge, Sand King H Apparition, this is I would almost say this is a very Chinese opening. You'll see Vici Gaming likes to go for this type of draft. Newbie does as well. Most of the Chinese teams right now, if they can get their hands on Sand King, H Apparition, and maybe Shadow Shaman if you're dire side for the Roche, those are the supports they prioritize. So, obviously, if you don't punish those picks early, the mid game's ridiculous. Great long range initiation, great pickoff potential, tons of team fight. They scale well with farm, but Sand King, like you said, is a bit weak in the laning stage.
Both these teams have a really strong mid game, actually. Darkseer Tree is also very scary in the mid game. Get the double Ion Shell run and get a Leech Seed, which heals everyone. Tons of damage. being done, tons of damage not being taken because of tree, so it's very scary.
I guess the one thing is it seems to me like Liquid's draft is slightly more flexible. I mean, I guess you can roam with Sand King HF Roshan, but
Yeah,
it's generally not the strongest
You want to
duo.
just get levels with those
Maybe if
two.
you get a haste rune or something, you can go for one smoke around level 3 to 5, but generally you just want to get levels, so Revenge is going to do, whereas Liquid, you mentioned they don't have to go aggressive, they definitely can, so I think Liquid's draft is a bit more open, which could give them an advantage going into the second stage.
So they take the Mirana now, so this is classic EG picks if I've ever seen them. They banned out the Weaver, the Dragon Knight. I'm not sure why they banned out the Dragon Knight. It might be because level 1 Dragon form kind of kills living armor. That may be the reason.
Even on towers, it just chews through it.
Yeah,
So.
it's pretty good. Weaver, hard to kill if they want to do an aggressive tri-lane. Weaver's a good option for Revenge if they want to do that, to deal with it. And then we've got the Wraith King. I'm not sure why the Wraith King ban. I guess it's annoying, hard to kill heroes. And then the Rubik, good setup if they want aggressive tri-lane as well.
Maybe they want to pick Doom. Whenever I see Wraith King is the Doom counter.
It is. It can be,
so
yeah.
Annoying.
You can't doom him. There's no point. He's got 2 lives.
You say that. I've seen quite a few Dooms used on Wraith King in my day. Didn't end well.
Yeah, it didn't end well. I was going to say, how'd that work out?
Okay, so for Revenge, they have their supports. Now we need to look towards what's... for me, they have run a farm in HF Roshan mid for Smash once. That game was a train wreck. I really hope they don't do it again.
For Revenge?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
This was the game where he died like 8 times in 15 minutes and just got rolled.
It's not really a mid hero. Really easy to kill.
It's not a Smash hero either. Like I want to see Smash on like a playmaking hero,
yeah,
like a Mushi, Dendi type hero. What do you think's out there that would be suitable for him right now?
I mean, I love watching his Invoker, but they banned it out. I know he does play Panda.
What about a Kunkka? He's
Kunkka?
played Kunkka a time or two.
It can work. It can work. I'm sure they're going to wait to pick it to see what Liquid reveals as their mid. They're probably both going to hold their mids until like the last pick. We'll see about that. But
the one hero Smash loves to play is TA, but already the Darkseer picked up, and Tree just kind of annoying to play against this TA as well. So
for some reason, I don't know why, I'm thinking he's going to play Panda.
Okay.
Just my guess. That Morphling, okay, that's usually going to be the carry Morphling. I don't think they really run that mid.
This is a sniper lineup. You get if you get to the 20, 25 minute mark, you've E-Blade a Morphling, HF Roshan ult, Sand King Blink.
No.
Nowhere is safe.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can't be off on your own farming.
I feel like that has to be a mid morph, because if Liquid does want to go aggressive and they have a Sand King AA Morphling, that's too weak. Against Tree, Darkseer +1, I don't think that's going to be able to withstand. They're just going to creep, cut, and dive.
So what should they be running safe lane? Like, let's say Morph goes mid. What's the ideal pick here to deal with the aggression?
I mean, Potom would have been great. Weaver would have been great, but Liquid's doing a smart job. They took the Potom, banned the Weaver. So they need something with some range and survivability. I'm not sure. There's a lot of options, and there's a Shadow Fiend, so that's going to be mid for... I believe Quakeful's going to be playing that, but they have been switching their roles around a little bit, so I'm not sure how they're going to lane it, but the olds... What was it?
So in the last game that Revenge played against Isserus earlier, it was a Night Stalker mid from Smash.
Night Stalker?
So just throwing some options.
Yeah,
out there.
I did see that game. They had an Ember Spirit and a Storm Spirit on the other team, so that's why they ran that.
They go for the Smash TA.
There you go.
Well, good matchup versus Shadow Fiend.
It is a good matchup.
And he's also a dire Shadow Fiend, so jungling not as efficient for him.
Especially if they run Darkseer. Darkseer will head into the jungle if they're not doing an aggressive tri-lane. So if he does have a poor start and Liquid does not go aggressive, Shadow Fiend's going to have a rough game.
Okay. So, looks to be then the TA mid. It probably will be a Morph tri-lane.
It has to be, unless it's an off-lane Morph.
Or are they going to dual lane Morph lane Sand King or something?
They don't have dual lane heroes, no. And safe lane TA. So their lanes are pretty locked in right now. They just need an off-laner. Centaur or something could be good for them. Still in the pool.
Yeah, Centaur actually ignored. That's a little surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it's fallen off a little bit.
There was the change. The mana cost on Hoof Stomp got increased, so he's not as good at just like punishing supports. But
yeah, I mean, now
his mid game's still the same.
Yeah, it's still ridiculous.
Annihilates any hero that he catches with Stomp.
Maybe it's a little harder to make mech on that hero now because the Hoof Stomp changed. But
the Centaur Sand King combo, I will say, is quite ridiculous. If you don't get shut down on the if you don't get completely shut down on both heroes in the laning stage, Centaur gets level 6. One of the two gets a blink. You can't go off on your own, and especially when there's an HF Roshan and a Morphling wandering around. So
yeah, I feel
it
like
would be a bit greedy, I guess. At that point, you've got 5 heroes that need some farm and levels, and nobody who can really, bite the bullet. But
yeah, but what could they do for that? There's like Clock is the one they can do. Doesn't need much farm. can lock some heroes down. Not so good against Mirana. Shadow Fiend, it's really good in Shadow Fiend until he gets BKB. Then the matchup flips completely. So
yeah, you're hooking into your own demise at that point. But get Force Staff and try and bait out his BKB.
But you can feed off a Shadow Fiend if you get a couple kills early, and he doesn't get the BKB.
So Liquid Code,
Witch Doctor.
This is a total. What is this?
This is EG lineup.
You guys should sue them for plagiarism.
This
man.
is
What is
plagiarism.
this?
This is a hero I should have said, because Witch Doctor's another one of those heroes in the sport, like a Dazzle. He gets his heal, just heals up the tree. You just can't kill anyone. No one's gonna die in this tri lane.
This Revenge tier 1 tower bottom is going to be like the hottest point of contest. I feel for the first 10 minutes.
I mean. Yeah, Revenge really has to... They went with the Clockwork, alright. So, for Revenge right now, it's all about weathering the storm. Because nothing's more scary than going against a Treant Protector lineup and getting crushed early game. Because he just goes from tower to tower, takes all your towers,
and
then
you
they're
can't
in
trade.
You can't trade. Because you're underleveled farmed, you're not going to take a tower, and he's just going to heal it up. So the first, 10 minutes of this game is going to be very crucial for Revenge.
So, laning-wise, Revenge really can't dodge. They have to fight this. I guess they could try and go aggressive, but so easy for Liquid just to rotate their lanes.
So they're going to have a Mirana solo top. I guess they could put a Morph up there and put the Clock in the tri-lane. It's the only thing I could see them doing, which isn't too bad. AA Clock is very strong if you hit him in the cogs with a cold feed on top of the bonus damage. Not too bad, but I still don't think it's enough.
All right, well, let's go ahead and introduce our teams here in a moment. You guys good? Hello? Observers.
All right, we got a thumbs up. That's something.
Okay, we'll start here on Revenge. We've got Masuku playing the support Ancient Apparition, Smash going mid, looking to roll some faces as the Templar Assassin. Misko handling the Sand King. And then we do have Benjaz playing the carry Morph lane. He'll be going to the safe lane for Team Revenge. And up in the top lane, off laner, it will be Mihawk. Revenge, a team that nearly was disbanding, and then suddenly they're back in TI qualifiers, maybe even going to make a run here and potentially have a shot at the playoffs. To me, top 4 along with Liquid, Snot, and NAR, but on the dire side goes Team Liquid, the biggest name organization, but have not performed like it coming into this tournament. This is their first match of the TI4 NA qualifiers. Way 2 handling the Treant Protector, getting aggressive at level 1. It is the aggressive tri-lane, but not with the Darkseer. Pegasus or Demon will be handling the Witch Doctor, and that does put TC onto the farming Mirana in the aggressive tri-lane. Solo mid, we'll go Koikfa on the Shadow Fiend, rushing the bottle, pulled a few tangos, and then safe lane, solo, we will have Bulba on the Darkseer.
And as you can see, Treewind boots first, so he can catch someone out with that Leech Seed and potentially get an easy first blood in this lane. So all the action's going to be down on bottom lane.
If he catches Ancient Apparition, and there's any kind of follow-up, that Ancient Apparition is quite dead.
But Revenge did smell out the aggressive tri-lane. We've got a stick on the Sand King.
I guess it was a pretty obvious.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
So, Liquid, how strong do you feel their tri-lane is running the Mirana here as opposed to, say, the Darkseer? Do you think this is the better way to lane it?
Is it? I think they both have their purposes. I think they're both very strong. So Darkseer matches up better against Clockwork. So yeah, but it looks like Tree's about to go in.
Well, thinking about it anyway. Morphly not really the hero you want to initiate on.
It's a good thing he decided he smelled out the aggressive trying, because if he went more stats, he would have had a big problem in this lane.
Yeah, that used to be, that's like the standard if you're left alone and you're in like a 3v1, or even they abandon the offlane 6.78 style, but yeah, not so much in this version. So offlane Clock against a safe lane Darkseer, and Bulba have his camp's not been warded, so he's got access to pulls, and he can farm very quickly. That should be quite a good lane for Bulba.
Yeah, he should do very well in this lane. He can pull, like, as you can see, he pushes the lane out, then pulls the side camp for extra denies. The only thing he has to be worried about is getting caught in a cogs early with the battery assault. At level 3, he can die.
How about this mid lane? Already Shadow Fiend 5 and 2, and he's bottle rushed too. He didn't even start Wraith Band.
Did he go Raze first? He may have. Not sure if I checked that.
Yeah, I also didn't see the creep block, but that's still very impressive.
Yeah, well, if you go Raze first, that's kind of a new thing that RTZ started. Going Raze first is very
basically you miss
strong.
on some souls, perhaps, but you secure your bottle.
Yeah, you get your bottle, and you're going to use the mana anyways.
And this Shadow Fiend, he's not under any pressure. They're going aggressive, so he knows he's in a straight 1v1. If he gets ahead early, generally it's a very TA-favored matchup, but he might actually be able to hold his own here. Plus, he's got the living armor, which makes it annoying for Smash. Can't really threaten for kills.
With the living armor, it pretty much, I think Shadow Fiend has already won this lane now. Because with living armor, oh, they're going on bottom lane here.
Well, arrow to fly does connect on Misco. The follow-up comes from the cast. That's going to bounce nicely. Now the Starfall. The right click comes in. The tree clobbers one. Morph waving forward. Benchaz is going aggressive here, but there's living armor. Now he doesn't have a great escape plan. He starts with strength morphing, but it's not very fast early on. One more right click. A double kill for the tree. What a train wreck. Revenge just overestimating their damage output and not respecting the tree. A mistake many teams have made before.
And yeah, and speaking about the tree, what I was saying with this Shadow Fiend and TA matchup, usually when you play this matchup around level 6 or so, you get traps on the TA, you can just run at the Shadow Fiend's tower and kill him. But with Living Armor, that's no longer an option.
And especially, like, you can also normally out-CS him at the first few levels when you have, especially
ideally.
like around level 5. But, well, he's already in front, so he'll have the items to tank up a bit, and with Living Armor, he's not going to die.
And he has a haste.
Looks
so.
like bottom lane, they might go in again? No. I just see these 6 dots swarming around. I'm like, there's got to be something going on there.
This is going to be a really hard game to keep follow because there can be kills in every single lane.
Yeah, Clockwork can solo kill Darkseer if he catches him. Is he going Battery Assault max? Generally, that's what we see. Okay, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
And it can also go the other way if he tanks too much Iron Shell damage.
Yeah, and then mid, TA can get a kill on Shadow Fiend at any time. It's a lot harder for Shadow Fiend to get a kill on TA, but kills can be happening everywhere. Darkseer can kill Clock as well if he misplays just a little bit.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is that Revenge's supports are stuck sitting in the lane, just trying to keep the Morphling alive. They're not stacking, they're not pulling for the Sand King. He's not really able to secure a fast Blink Dagger or even get the farm for it, but now way too. Gets caught up by a Burrow Strike, the right clicks come through, the Living Armor keeps way too alive, then it turns the fight around. The heal from the Witch Doctor's always too damn tanky. Where's that Sentry Ward for Misco? Don't have one yet, no mana for an arrow it looks like, so he'll be safe for now. No stick on TC.
Small misplay from morphing there. He looks like he got caught leveling up his ability and wasn't strength morphing. Ended up leveling up as he was dying without getting any strength morph off. He may have lived there.
Nah, might have panicked and just started mashing the key, but hadn't already.
I mean, you can
get
get stuck in between abilities if it hit it, and you level it up once.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what happened there.
This is a ridiculous performance from Quakefa. He's 28-3 at 4.5 minutes. SF versus TA, and he didn't start Wraithbane either. He just was pulled 2 tangos. This is problematic. The thing for Liquid is, like, not only are they winning the tri-lane and shutting down the Revenge supports, who are really their biggest playmakers in the mid-game, the Sand King, the Ancient Apparition, maybe the Clock, but on top of that, they have a really strong 5-man. From the early mech that the Darkseer can pick up, and Shadow Fiend free farming can rush a BKB, Blink Dagger, whatever he wants to just pressure the lanes and join the fights. Revenge are going to be under heavy assault around, like, that, I don't know, 12 to 18 minute mark.
Yeah,
or so.
The mid game is going to be very, very scary for Revenge. And as well, Liquid's going to have a very strong late game too. They have Shadow Fiend and Potom. I would give the late game advantage to Revenge just because they have the TA Morph and AA, but still, very strong mid late game from Liquid as well.
I mean, looking at these supports, like, has the Sand King even gotten off a single stack? I guess it looks like they just might have stacked the big camp or tried to.
He hasn't had time. He's had to be present in this lane.
0 stacks.
As I was saying through the draft, like, going aggressive against this is a very good idea because if you pressure the Sand King, he's not very good at level 1. He doesn't do anything.
Should he be roaming? I mean, like, these supports are doing absolutely nothing bottom.
I mean, what are you going to roam to? Like, they're not going to kill the... I mean, maybe they can get the Darkseer, Shadow Fiend.
I guess it's also so obvious if they leave the lane because it's constantly pushed into the tower and then you don't see the supports there. They also have a lane ward. They know where they are.
Yeah, and level 1 Burrow Strike without going boots first is very hard to get off.
Oh, boy. Well, Quakefa, he'll start farming his own jungle here. Looks like he'll get the stack off as well, and... no, slightly blocked it. But nonetheless, still free farming.
Yeah, looks like he's probably going to go for that Midas rush on Shadow Fiend. Brown Boots Midas, get some good farm going.
Yeah, on paper, if Revenge of equal farm, they may have the better late game, but if Shadow Fiend has a Midas, TA tries to go early combat items, and they don't get kills off of that, then... the Shadow Fiend will pull ahead very quickly.
Late game just might not happen.
Yeah, might not be a mid-game. Bulb was not too far off of a mech. He's picked up the Chainmail, has the Ring of Regen, and I'm not sure if there's anything on the courier for him yet, but yeah, at the rate he's going, we're looking at like a 10, 11-minute mech probably. That's a big problem. Like, on paper, Revenge are really good at defending towers if they have levels. They have Epicenter, Burrow Strike, Ancient Apparitional, lots of AoE even from Clockwork. Arrow will fly though. Cass sets it up. There is a Starfall. The Starstorm only hits once and... oh, he'll wave out.
And they baited a TP. Does he have level 6?
Oh, hook shot to fly. That connects on 2. TC gets vacuumed into the cogs. He will leap his way out. They might get themselves a tree. Do they actually have any vision? He doesn't have Nature's Guise, and he'll go down.
I mean,
well, I think
not a big deal.
There you go. Yeah, they lost the tree for a Clock TP. Free farm for the Darkseer. He can pressure the tier 1 top, and the mech will be even faster for this.
Yeah, this top tower is going to take... He's going to creep skip now and probably get a lot of damage off on this tower.
This is going to be a sub 10-minute mech, I think. And the Midas is ready for SF.
Yeah, he's getting farmed.
Morphling...
Just died. He died to
Did he suicide to neutral?
I did not check
I
that.
think the Witch Doctor might have strolled in and killed him.
Yeah, it may have been forced. I don't know why he would just die there. He is level... What level is he? 4? Yeah, it wouldn't have been worth dying to neutrals, I don't think, so...
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, Witch Doctor was right in the area, so he may
Yeah.
have just thrown out a cask and right-clicked him or something.
Just check out these wards, though, coming out from Liquid.
They
It's
also
aggressive.
they had a lane ward as well. Like, it was, like, just outside of tower range earlier, and...
Yeah.
They could see everything. They
they're
know where the
dedicating
supports are. They know they're sitting in the lane, and they're just punishing it with this constant aggression.
Oh.
Nice cast. It keeps on bouncing.
Look at it go.
They find Mistco. The Burrow strike on 2, but his corpse is left. Doesn't join him for the Burrow, and now the Shadow Fiend Midas comes out. While that happens, there's a continuous dive bottom looking for Benjez, juking through the trees, but he's there to block him off. Demon Dodo, ladies and gentlemen, not letting him out without a fight. This Morphling will go down. Another cast. 3 more bounces. Now he's trapped in the cogs. They need more backup. This Clockwork's supposed to be the counter ganker, but the counter ganker has quickly become the Genki. Now the entire team's here again. Demon hiding in the trees, looking for yet another cast, but, well, they'll finally lose weight too.
He's got a TP.
Can he get out in time? He's gone. So much space created for Bulba, who just continues to AFK farm and push top lane. He's already got mech. He's already got the other 2 recipes, and he has mech recipe gold. That's some. And that's not already the full mech coming out, I don't think.
No, he
But
does
he's
have
got the
mech.
recipe gold now.
He has the money for it.
That's a 9-minute mech, and they have a Shadow Fiend Midas. TA will go Midas, but I don't think she's going to be allowed to sit back and farm. To me, Liquid are going to be keeping the pressure up and fighting with the mech.
Yeah, they're going to get this tower. It's going to be a deny at least, so that's going to be good for them. But other than that, not too much else is going good for them. The only thing that is going well for them is TA does have the highest net worth right now. Well, bordering not Darkseer. It's like going back and forth right now.
They did get a tower deny top. That's going to help. Liquid gearing up for a very strong mid game. Looks like bottom lane. There might be a bit of a dive here. Just looking for the arrow. Masuku. Arrow. Just a bit off the mark.
Just a little more patience from him.
Could have leech seeded first and then gone for the arrow, but...
Yeah,
well, he's
leap into
fishing.
arrow too, but just a little more patience there, and I think they would have snagged that kill.
So what do Revenge do? They seem like the ones on the back foot. They are going to smoke and look for a kill opportunity, but if you're in Revenge's shoes, what is your best plan? Obviously, this game not going your way.
This is it. You need to go kill the Shadow Fiend right now, because with these heroes, and they're probably going to find him.
There's a Burrow Strike available. The trap's going to set it up. There's living armor, though. Burrow coming through. Do they actually have detection? Dust is there. Now Quake isolated. He gets surged, but he still pops. Explodes.
That's so unfortunate. If he would have had mech on the Darkseer right there, they probably would have saved his life.
Yeah, it just wasn't quite in range for it, unfortunately.
Well, he just didn't have them. He just didn't
he
send
didn't
it to
actually
him.
have it.
He had the money, but he just never sent it.
The courier, it came top, delivered the recipes for the components, and then I think it went to deliver the
dive
SF
on
Midas.
bottom. We got a TP coming in from Smash.
Oh, he gets caught out by an arrow. TC now forced to retreat, but has a leap and living armor, so should be absolutely fine. They force out a TA TP, and, well, in the end, still getting the kill. Ancient Apparition continues to struggle. That's my biggest concern for Revenge. Some games your supports
He's
can
caught again.
Oh, boy.
He's going to get followed
They've got
down.
Iron Shell here. Smash is not going anywhere. Well, maybe he is.
They have no detection?
No detection?
No detection.
No detection. Both teams should have detection.
All right, so my question is, how much money have they spent on TPs to this bottom tower?
It's at least 7 or 8 TPs, I would say.
Oh, Hook's going in.
It will find Bulba, but remember, he's got mech here. He's also at full HP to start the fight. He drops the wall. He can mech and try and fight his way out. Mihawk now the one who's forced to turn tail and run. Bulba surging forward. Give him the karate chop. He will. Down he goes. And Smash wants to fight this. He goes in on 3, but there's Misco coming. They'll find Bulba. That's a big kill on the Darkseer. And now they'll look for more. TC has no mana. Smash Sama stepping his game up. Demon comes in. Doesn't have the level 6 yet, though. Just standing there. Right-clicking away. Smash could find another kill. No, there's your ultimate. And now he's going to find 2. Demon brings them low. The AO comes in. He'll clean up Demon. Misco living on a sliver of HP. Ancient Apparition is Tree is chasing, not how do you confuse those two?
I have no idea. 250 move speed versus 350. 350
There's a
he
lead
can't
seed
catch
available, and give him the right click. Down he goes.
That ward. Give him the vision. He probably wouldn't have been able to tree line that if he didn't have that ward there.
So, TA did die there. The Morphling's got a little space to farm.
So did Shadow Fiend, though, so it was like a wash as far as like the farm went.
My biggest concern is that Sandcane is still not finding any space farm. He has 8 CS, we're 12 minutes in. Sandcane's can have Blink Dagger by this stage of the game.
Yeah.
What is his goal? Oh, he actually has 1,000.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not good, but it's not terrible.
He must be involved in quite a few kills. So Liquid technically coming out on top, though that was a pretty close engagement. But I think close trades are good for Revenge, considering their position.
It is, yeah, but losing towers is not. And the next objective is going to be to take this tower bottom. They have all the wards for it, they have the mech, and they have the other 2 towers.
Arrow's going to fish, looking for... Oh, just missing Misco. I think they got the vision, even with the nerf to the arrow vision. That was real close.
Yeah, I need to play more Mirana this patch to see how significant that nerf is. It's not ridiculous anymore, but it's still good.
Yeah, you can still scout with it. It's just, I guess, to be very close.
We got an A ult coming down bottom. Let's see if they want to do anything with it.
Well, nothing to do anything with. And well,
oh, that was very smart, actually. It's really important if you're going to miss your ult completely not to show it. Because if they see you miss your ult, oh, A ult's down, and they might just go right then and there.
Yeah. And this Revenge lineup, heavily built around the Ancient Apparition ult damage. There are 2 traps down mid, and lurking on the high ground is the Ancient Apparition, but he doesn't want any piece of the Shadow Fiend alone. Demo will rotate through, and looks like we will... Oh, Hookshot comes in on the Witch Doctor. He's caught out mid lane. Mihawk finds him, and Demon, 1 meld will end him. He can't... Oh, there you go. Yeah, Smash 1 at the last hit there. It doesn't quite get it, though. So both cores going BKB, and... BKB on Shadow Fiend is pretty scary this game. He's virtually immortal. They do have the Overgrowth to deal with TA, and they still have quite a bit of physical damage from the Witch Doctor and the Shadow Fiend.
Especially because TA this game is not going much physical damage. She's going like defensive, going for the Ogre Club first.
Right.
Going into that BKB. Another A ult flying bottom lane, was it? Or was that a rocket? Oh, that was a rocket.
I will say I'm impressed by how long Revenge has held this tower. Yeah, but you can see Liquid are determined to end it now.
Yeah, they just haven't grouped up. Oh, here comes the A ult. Sand King, oh, nailed by an arrow.
TC snipes him in the tree line, but Misco still alive. He burrows through. He's got an epicenter available. Not going to pop it. Tries to turn down 1, then Demon connects with a very long ultimate. That's a full duration Death Ward. Gets the double kill. Basically got his team a triple. And then Misco, did he buy back?
Yep, he did. He rebought.
Well, no Blink Dagger for Misco this game, man. That was a...
Good news is they might get mid. They're going to grab mid out of this. That's the only trade, but losing 3 heroes is not good, for one. There's an Epi.
Epi on just Bulba.
Might get him.
They might get the kill here. The Demon Heal keeping alive will surge into the trees. The arrow connects. That'll... Oh, it's a point blank. And now Misco takes a cast to the face. A few more right clicks. The Starstorm coming through. He burrows out the other direction, but the cast follows him back. Oh,
man. This Witch Doctor...
that bad luck.
This Witch Doctor's wrecking this game.
Yeah, Demons, that last ult especially, that did like, I'd say like 80% of the damage in that fight.
Yeah, the casks perma-stunning people, and then on top of that, the ult's doing all types of work. I just keep looking at the minimap, there's like rockets and A ults flying everywhere.
Yeah, you're like, hey, Chipper, still going bottom, I mean...
what's going on here?
Rocket, I mean, something, TP, there's like 10 TPs bottom as well, it's, I mean, I mentioned the bottom tower would be a hot point of contest, but this is going even beyond that. And they finally get the tower in the end. Maelstrom now picked up on the Mirana. Will help them push out these lanes a bit as well. And, well, you think about potentially a Mjolnir buff going on any of these tanky heroes, the Shadow Fiend with the BKB, the Darkseer in the front lines later on this game. That item is ridiculous right now.
It really is. It's one of my favorite items.
You know, Mjolnir used to be so useless, like, for such a long time.
Well, a lot of people thought it was useless, but I think it was underrated, to be honest.
It got stealth buffed a lot, though.
Yeah,
well, not even stealth buffed. Like, it got directly buffed quite a few patches in a row.
We got a 4-man smoke. They don't want this Morphling to getting any farm.
Arrow fishing. That'll connect again. TC.
Look at it go.
Brought his A game for the TI4 NA qualifiers, and down goes the Morphling.
This is what I like seeing TC playing. I don't like seeing him play these hard Rising Lunas with this team. I want to see him play more of a semi-carry style. It fits it a lot better with Liquid's play style.
Yeah, and it also seems to fit this patch better. Like, how many teams are doing well with pure AFK Rising carries? There's not many.
Yeah, no one really.
I mean, Cloud9's probably the team that's most committed to that style, but even they've struggled when they've tried to run that kind of lineup lately.
Empire too, I guess.
Yeah.
They run a lot of like hard carries for Silent.
That's true. Yeah, Silent, but he's got such good space creators from the supports on Empire and also from Resolution.
The supports aren't as greedy on Empire as they are on Liquid.
Yeah, that's definitely true. The tier 2 falls bottom, and this just means Roche is free for the taking.
Level 4 living armor pretty much means Roche does no damage. You can do it however fast. Another smoke directly popped.
Well, forget about Roche. Liquid are getting aggressive. They'll try and take over the enemy jungle here. Don't give that Sand King any breathing room. He's got 1,700 net worth. He's never going to be allowed to see a creep this game.
Yeah, he gave up on the dream of a Blink Dagger and went for the Bracer. The dream is dead, boys.
So they basically, at this point, need the most amazing clock hooks you can ever imagine. That is the only way the Sand King gets involved in the fights.
He does have a Blade Mail which means actually this Blade Mail will do a lot of work before Shadow Fiend. Well, Shadow Fiend does have BKB, so it'll do nothing against him. But if they do hit a good AA ult with a Blade Mail on clock, they can actually win a fight. But it needs to be perfect.
Well, Quakefa, like you mentioned, is literally taking no damage. They are slowing down this Roche attempt, though. Meanwhile, taking the top tower, Revenge going for what they can, which is just trades at this point. No Blink Dagger on the Sand King, not in a position to take a 5v5 engage. Also not having a mech, so they'll just play it safe and
They're going to Living Armor. I think they should defend this. Sand King can't fight. Yeah, TP up there.
He's also tanking the entire tower. Misco nearly dead to start things off. Bulba TP's in. Smash wants the tower. He gets Overgrowth done to the tower. Will it be denied? No, the Radiant gets the last hit. Then the Witch Doctor old Demon delivers again, and Smash gets smashed. Then the Shadow Fiend picks up the Aegis.
He's just dropping that ward. Every time it's
ban
up,
Witch
it's just going
Doctor?
down. Might as well. The
Question mark?
cooldown's not so bad.
Yeah, I like just that he's not afraid to just drop the ult.
I think a lot of people hold it for too long, or just drop it. It's not that significant usually.
The other thing for Revenge is they don't have that many ways to cancel it right now. Burrow Strike and Clock Hook / Cogs, but I don't even think is there even a point in Adaptive Strike for Morphling yet?
No, not yet.
Probably not. He's not very highly leveled.
No, he's only level 9, and he has a Yasha to his name, and that is it. It's 18 minutes, he just has a Yasha. He's
Morphling
1 in
is
6.
so low impact right now, like, because the other thing is there's no one like to gank with him. So you could send a Replicate around, but like, who are you killing with that? No Blink Dagger on Sand King, H Apparition's not that highly leveled. Even Clockwork doesn't have. He's max battery cell and rocket. That's it.
What they really need to do is get their core together.
Only 3 points.
Their ganking core, the Sand King, AA, and Clockwork need to go around looking for kills, either around the Morph, around the TA and Morph need to just be farming constantly. If they don't have an AA ult on top of Burrow Strike and Clock spells, they're not going to kill anyone. So they need to get those 3 heroes together and look for kills. But if Liquid plays it right with this Aegis, they're not going to be splitting up anymore. They're going to just 5-man every single tower with the Aegis.
Yeah, BKB on the Shadow Fiend, the Darkseer having mech, they're ready to take fights. And they have their levels as well. Here comes the Siege. The Tier 2 top, the second to last outer tower remaining, now under heavy assault. Quakefoot will take a meld. That brings him down to about half, but there is a living armor here. There's still a Mex, and he should be absolutely fine. They might force the mech a bit, but also the Witch Doctor heal. Demon coming soon, and one of his more underrated attributes. We used to see that Maledict build, but nowadays it's all about the heal.
And he has a kind of a strange build. Most people get 1 point in the heal and go mass stats, but he's leveled up the heal completely and is going into Maledict.
I've seen a few people go max heal. They
Yeah,
changed how
it
it's scaled,
happens.
right? Because it used
Yeah,
to
a
be
little
level
bit.
1 was a value point, but now it scales more evenly.
It's really good if you have the mana, but when he has this farm, I think it's viable.
Well, they're still clustered up top. One carry split pushing, but the TA is sitting top, trying to defend. And Quakefoot trap will slow him down a bit, but he still keeps on marching forward, works his way onto the tower, will bring it down in quite a quick and decisive fashion. Now they find Smash, he pops the BKB, but he gets over, just out of range of the Witch Doctor. Still they're right-clicking him, dropping him low. If he dies with BKB on Arrow, also found Masuku. It was aimed for Smash, I think, but, well, finds a secondary target instead. And here comes the... Is this a high ground attempt? They don't have much of a creep wave here. But it is coming.
Yeah, the thing about AA ult is when you shoot it, you have to get a kill, or else they're just going to heal up completely after. So once they shoot that AA ult, they have to invest everything to get kills.
What is the
they're just gonna heal
follow-up? There's no Sand King Blink. He's only got a level 1 Epicenter. TA's not that scary.
They just got
There's just no follow-up.
They just got to hook in with the AA ult and hope Sand King has an opportunity to get a good burrow. They have a BKB on TA, but looks like it doesn't even matter anymore. They got picked out.
Wow, Liquid looking good here in their opening match of TI4 NA qualifier play, just smashing away at this top lane of Rax. They're looking for the 21-minute lane of Rax advantage, and they'll find it. What do? You can't go in on the... Oh, arrow to fly. It'll connect again on Mihawk. TC playing some sensational Dota. Then the Vax. Sand King tries to bail out his teammate, but he'll pay here with some right clicks. Another raise from Quakefa, cleaning up in aisle 3. Now a Daedalus. Yeah, this is feeling quite over.
That's a full Daedalus just in one buy.
And Revenge still working on their 3rd tower of the game bottom, and they won't even get it.
Yeah, they're using AA ult incorrectly. They just keep throwing it every time it's off cooldown. They need to just use it and just commit to the fight. They're just kind of throwing it, having Smash poke at them with some Messiah Blades, but not really committing and just losing everything.
Yeah, and then Liquid just pops the tree armor. They have an urn with 8 charges on team, and
now
he's
they
been
have a
spamming
DD
it too.
for next fight.
This next fight, you've got your Vac into Overgrowth, double Blink Dagger, Arrow to come in as well, and well, I don't see Revenge winning that one.
Yeah, that's a DD Daedalus Shadow Fiend this fight. Now that will be painful.
He might be able to one-shot the Ancient Apparition with a crit.
Yeah, if he crits, I think AA is dead in 1 hit.
Maybe it's 2 auto attacks. But that's
What's the minus
pushing.
armor? Yeah, hook shot.
I don't know about this for Mihawk. He does have a bit of backup here, though. Bulba trying to find a good opening for the mech. No, just force staff him out. The barrel strike comes through. Wait, 2 is a bit isolated. No, tries to go invis. Can't get out. Meanwhile, the Shadow Fiend got a kill mid on the TA. And frankly, that's the bigger kill. They bring down the enemy core, and they'll push through the mid, looking for their second lane of Rex. Koikfa is just a walking siege tank. They can't ignore him. They can't really go on him either. I don't know what they do. HF Brishnal.
Casual.
Casual. Hits the Shadow Fiend at least, but
It pushes him back a little bit, buys him a little time.
Liquid might be waiting anyway since they don't have the tree.
They're just gonna heal up, wait for the tree. When did he go blink? Yeah, he has a blink dagger now. So
Yeah,
all
they
he
have
has
double
to
blink. Darkseer and tree.
yeah, all he has to do is wait for this BKB to pop on the TA and then just blink in.
Well, they're certainly not afraid. They will barrel strike Koikfa, but remember, he's got Aegis. Not afraid to die at this point. Arrow again. TC, he's batting close to 1,000 this game. My goodness, what a performance. Shutting those haters right up.
Did he just one-shot AA?
I think he did. That's some
moving
legit
away.
deeps.
Yeah,
And also gets the Aegis to pop as well. Was getting fairly close to expiring, I think. And this will be your second lane of Rax, it looks like. Smash comes in, but he's 1v4, and Tree's coming as well. The BKB is going to end. He's got to go back to the well. Pack it in, Smash.
Yeah.
You're not defending this tower. Nothing to do. Can't split push. Has to fight. There will be a hook shot, but the tree's on his way. The Requiem comes out. That's going to blow up one. It's going to be a double kill here. No. Way too gets the last hit. It's over. Liquid. Just a tour de force in game number 1 for them.
Yep. Looks like a tap out.
That was a
Oh,
bloody
the taunt
beatdown.
ward came out.
Demon doing a little
He's
jig.
dancing. He's happy. And well played by Liquid. They played that very well, I gotta say.
I had very little faith in Liquid after the way they performed in the Summit. ESL 1, they looked pretty shaky. They did get to the finals, but then didn't do so well against EG there. But, man, they're looking good.
Yeah.
Well, and Revenge, to me, is one of the top 4 teams in this qualifier. Revenge, SNA, NAR, and Liquid. Yeah. I think in most people's eyes as well.
I think Liquid's good, but this game in particular, they wasn't very unique from them. Yeah, they used the strat that I've seen EG run a lot. They played it okay. They played it well, but I'm waiting to see more like original strats from them.
Okay. Well, I like the fact that they went away from that, like, trying to run Koikfa on a super greedy hero and trying to run...
they found something that works.
TC on one as well.
Yeah,
they have to distribute
like
the farm
yes.
a little bit differently.
Yes.
Well, what a good game for Liquid. That was their first game of the tournament. And, yeah, LD rocking the Liquid garb. And, well, we got a fanboy over there.
There may be some keys on the line today.
Oh, boy.
Few rares.
But all in all, Liquid looking good. I have to say, TC really stepped up his game. I've been a little bit of a TC hater, I will admit. I think, as Fear mentioned, those hard-farming Lunas, your hard-farming Lifestealers, not really that great in this meta, and seeing him on the semi-carry Mirana, those arrows, dude, he was just next level, nailing 5-second arrows left and right throughout that game, setting up a lot of kills.
I don't know if we saw every arrow, but I think he hit, like, almost every single arrow that game, like 80-90%. That was ridiculous. And there were some that were set up. There's Cask once or twice, I think, Overgrowth once or twice, but they're mostly
majority
just
they're
solid
just
arrows.
yeah, they're just blind, not blind arrows, but just like there's no setup.
Yeah. He took like smart guesses. Like when the bottom arrow came in, the bottom tier 1, he shot like there's that little juke path you walk into. There's not many places to run there, so that was like a high potential blind arrow, but
yeah,
just
that's
really
the
well.
difference between a good bottom and a bad bomb. They know the situations where you can get a high percentage arrow and the ones where it's just like low percentage plays.
So you're not convinced about Liquid, it sounds like. Like they did what they needed to, but you need to see more before you're ready to.
If they can come up with more strats that
them
are
a
similar like this without like completely using someone else's strategy, like
I feel like they literally copy pasted.
They did.
Dutch.
And like you can't do that for like every game, you know. You're gonna have to come with something eventually. But this type of playstyle works really well for them.
I like Demon on a high impact support like Witch Doctor. He is a really high impact.
Is that a
player.
high impact support?
I think so.
That game it was.
He made it. He made it a high impact.
That's a pretty high impact ability compared to some.
It can
some
be.
Other
It can.
Some
be.
games, some games you just can't get off a good death.
For me, I feel like
stuns.
this
game in
game
the tree, it makes it a little easier.
they cut back on the greed. And they were more aggressive, whereas before they'd put Demon on like a Sand King and try running a Luna, while mid they have like a Shadow Fiend, and it's just like just too much greed.
And that's what Liquid did at TI3, like almost to a fault. They would always try to win the laning stage and like crush their opponents in the first 50 minutes.
It just felt like they were just putting a lot of emphasis on making sure Benjaz couldn't get any farm in that lane, and just like the arrows that they shot and made sure that they were getting farm on their own supports, they were able to, I guess, carry that into the later stage of the game. Bulba got free farm sort of in that top lane against Mihawk. I mean,
he didn't even have a lane opponent for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's another good point as well. Liquid did play well, but I feel like Revenge drafted a very, very poor tri lane. Like, they should have saw with the opening of Darkseer and Tree, you're like, okay, this could be a potential disaster strat.
And they just went straight into Sand King.
Yeah, they went Sand King A, and then the morphing, which is even more surprising.
I felt kind of bad for Mystico on the Sand King that game because he never really got any farm. That buyback really cost him. If he could have gotten a well-timed Blink Dagger, maybe he could have regained a little bit of that mid-game momentum, made some space for the TA, but they had nobody to create that space, and that buyback just completely crippled his chance of getting the Blink.
Here's my question. Like, what should they have picked? Because Weaver was banned, and Liquid picked Mirana, so strong laning farmers, there's, I don't know, Wind Ranger remaining.
Yeah,
who would you have gone?
Banned.
Like,
I thought that was one of the smarter things in the draft from Liquid was the ban and then the deny pick.
Yeah, but the thing that they should have saw that coming though and took in something earlier other than like the AA.
Okay, so the first stage is where they screwed it up.
They should have got something to predict that, but they could have still got something. I'm not exactly sure what they could have picked without like just taking a gander at looking at this list off the top of my head because it's really hard. Like something like a gyro could have worked, something like that punishes diving, but.
Anything else?
Morphling wasn't gonna cut it.
Yeah, I don't see anything else that's jumping out at me.
Yeah, and, it's just that wasn't it.
It's just hard with SK and AA.
Yeah, it's hard to pair something.
Having
a
melee support, you don't really get the full benefit of Chilling Touch, and you really want that Sand King in the jungle, getting stacks, getting a fast Blink Dagger. And anytime he would have left the lane, that's just free time to hop on the Morphling and zone him
There's
out.
so many teams that let that duo just get away with it, though. Like, I would say like over half of the Chinese Dota games I watch from fantastic teams, Vici Gaming, DK, IG. Team will pick Sand King and Apparition, and they won't go aggressive a lot of the time. So if you're going to pick it, I guess you just have to do it a bit smarter. Like, know when you can get away with it, know when you
can't pick a greedy carry. That's basically it.
Okay.
Yeah. But Liquid looking good. Also, Koikva in the mid lane, he pretty much outplayed Smash, I think it's suffice it to say. He out-CS'd him and just out-farmed him straight up. They went a very similar build, Hand of Midas into BKB is what they both did. And Shadow Fiend was just straight up ahead of him.
Yeah, I think Koikva's probably the strongest mid in this qualifier.
I would agree with that. I'd
over Korok
to argue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Koikva is the strongest mid.
Grant might not be happy with
What do you think, Maud? Who's the strongest mid? Do you second the notion?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, Qualifiers he's got too much of an individual talent to like not be the strongest mid. And if you give him here like Shadow Fiend, if he gets room to farm, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Your mic's creeping up on you.
Yeah, I'm talking about straight laning mechanics.
I'm a mess right now, guys. Jeez.
You're good.
As far as just like the CS board goes, looking at who has good CS in mid, Koikva's on top there.
So, well, any other interesting results to report, or what do we got coming up next?
I guess I should have tabbed better tabs on the other streams. Do we have a wait? Oh, we've got standings.
Ta-da!
Okay. Look at that.
NA Rejects beat Isrus 15-0.
Wow. NA Rejects beat Isurus 15-0 in 10 minutes.
So this qualifier
Flawless
seems
victory.
mostly like the haves and the have-nots.
Yep.
Like this game was pretty one-sided. There have not been many close games that I've seen anyway.
Yeah.
Not me either. I haven't seen a single.
the next
close
one
The
game.
couch stream has been the worst. Like, that's like it's been a lot of fun, but the games have just been blowouts.
It's been like 3 kills at most on the losing team.
3 to 5 kills, and like some will go long, but for the most part they'll like lose in like 20-30 minutes or something like that, and that's just it.
The biggest surprise so far, I guess, is it's early, but it's CNB. CNB already up there at the top. They still have to play a lot of the strong teams, though. They haven't played NA Rejects. They haven't played Snob. They haven't played Liquid.
Yeah.
So it could be it's kind of like when was it CLG who went 6-0 on day 1 at TI,
and then lost like every
TI2,
game
and then
after?
they lost like every game on day 2.
That was CLG.
Because they had slightly easier opponents.
They had
the
an
first
easier bracket, yeah.
So I feel like this could be kind of deceptive from CNB, but so far looking good.
But
Well,
yeah,
the interesting thing to note about CNB, and this is something one of the admins for one of the tournaments told me, is that Valve was actually working with CNB actively to make their ping better from their gaming house. Like, and that's one of the only South American teams that's getting that luxury. So I'm not sure how much they did and how much that's affecting. I kind of want to ping check next game that they're in and just see what like the ping is there and the latency, but that certainly could help, right?
yeah,
all the games I
especially
believe
down
are
there.
on US East
Yeah.
as well. So it's like generally the default server for most America tournaments if you have NA and South American teams. That's a big disadvantage for South American teams that have to fight against. And Brazil is worse than a lot of the other countries in South America.
And CMB is also streaming from they're all together in their gaming house or a LAN cafe, and they're actually streaming live from where they are, and you can see the players and their reactions. So if you're interested, if you're a CNB fan and you weren't privy to their stream,
It doesn't have delay though, so like, you see the results of the game 5 minutes ahead of time.
Yeah, that is true.
If you don't mind that, you can check it out.
CMB for me though is one of those teams that's surprisingly good. Like I thought they'd be like the bottom tier of like all the teams.
The dark horse no one expected.
It's like they're all right, but they're playing all these other teams and they're just crushing them. So
Well, you were mostly impressed by their draft.
Their
Like,
draft,
seem to have
they
a
came
game plan.
prepared. They came prepared. It feels like they really came prepared. They have drafts. They studied their teams. They know what they're doing. It feels like.
Yeah, I've been running that Keeper of the Light. Now, coming up next, Sna versus Liquid. This is another big game, and this could be one of the more even matches we have coming
Fluff and
up.
Stuff's revenge.
Yeah,
The stat
Fluff and
strikes
Stuff.
back.
Are we gonna see it?
What?
I mean,
What? Fluff beat
yeah.
Liquid? Are we gonna see it?
I don't know.
There's that
It's-
possibility, but like you got to give the. I mean, it's got to be Liquid being the favorite here, I'd imagine.
You think
but
so? I mean, looking at recent results, I think
I would
Sna
call them
are the favorites.
Would
but
they?
I,
Like,
well,
I would say
Result-wise,
it's like
it's very even.
60-40 Liquid.
Yeah.
It's also a BO1, which changes things a bit.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, they.
But last time they played, Sna 2-0'd them. I
It was.
believe.
Yeah.
I think that was like a freak accident, though.
Okay.
Personally.
Liquid were in the middle of
Really?
like self-destructing in the
Yeah.
Southern
That's
America. So.
That's true. That's fair enough. But it'll be interesting. An interesting mesh of also not Fluff, but also IX Mike, like you guys were mentioning.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of what's the right word? I don't know if rivalry is the right word, but camaraderie.
No,
a
it's-
lot of
I'm just
history.
hoping for a lot of
It's
IXDL
controversial.
pauses. Let's
Yeah,
get
there's
some.
gonna be a lot
Let's
of
get
all
some
chat.
BM. We haven't had any manner pauses yet. I'm very
Yeah.
disappointed.
Oh
There's
yeah,
one
at the
man to do it.
international, I don't think
IX
anyone's
Mike.
gonna do that. Stakes are a little
I don't
too
think
high.
Starlighter enjoys them the same way that any
Yeah.
of them.
We could see one or two. We could see some all chat as well. We'll see. I don't know. It depends on how feisty they are. They're feeling today. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I still think Liquid, because they're all so very experienced coming into these games. It's a huge bonus for them because a lot of these teams has to be nervous. They haven't played like Snall. They have a lot of players who played like some NA tournaments, not really went to any lands. They have a couple IX Mike and they have Fluff, of course, but a lot of
But the
Liquid
other three are
members,
fairly
they're
inexperienced.
veterans. They're up there. They, the pressure. They know how to deal with it. So in these games, I'm noticing a lot of these lower tier teams are kind of like playing worse than I normally do because it's the international.
Yeah, it's
That's-
a big stage. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's
And that's a
definitely
big
true.
advantage for Liquid
Have
in
we
my eyes.
seen? So what's Sna looking at right now? They beat the SP Shadows of the Past. They've had a pretty easy run so far. This will be Sna's
First test.
first test. Yeah, that's
Yes.
the phrase I'm looking for. So I'm looking forward to it. This will be a damn good game, and it's coming up in about half an hour or so. It's 12:30 here
Man,
on the
that was
Pacific
quick.
Coast.
Yeah.
We have an hour and 20 minutes allotted for each game, and
Yeah, they've all been quick games.
we've had a long
Yeah.
post game too, and it's still
Yeah.
a lot of time left.
Still 30 minutes, so I don't know if we can fill 30 minutes of post-game analysis.
That's
on that
what
last
the
match,
couch is
guys.
for.
Yeah.
The couch. Yeah, check out that couch. There's a lot of good
guys,
stuff going on.
do want to mention we've changed for our domain redirect, so you can just go to beyondthesummit.tv. That will bring you to our Twitch team page for the hub. So we have all 4 streams there. You can also check out the European hub streams. They're doing 5, but quality over quantity is what we believe in here
Yeah.
in America.
America.
Yeah,
Woo. So
that's actually a very un-American idea, but it's okay. It sounded good in my head.
Yeah, that's
So,
not American.
all right, guys, we'll have a break here coming up next. Sna versus Liquid in the main studio on BTS1 coming up in just about 30 minutes, and it will be the same crew here. We'll have LD and Fear doing the primary casting. Malt will be the cameraman, and I'll be here hosting it up. So you have a little break, and then come on back. We've got our most exciting match of the day thus far, just 30 minutes away. This is the North American hub for the America TI Qualifiers, presented by Monster.